Welcome back to the Carton Show. That's David Jacoby over there in the corner. That's Craig Jennings, Green Bay Packer Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champ. And my main man to my left, Willie from the Bronx.
Yes.
New York City Super Bowl champ with the Steelers and, of course, played with the New York Jets. Before we get to first in football, I found it interesting that the two teams that the wagering public believes the most in when it comes to the point spread, and if you are going to gamble, please gamble responsibly and recreationally. And if you do feel like you have a problem, definitely call a friend at 1-800-GAMBLER. But those two teams, amazingly, the Jaguars over the Colts and the Eagles, that spread's actually gone up to 4 right now. But I understand why people are in love with the Eagles playing against New England. I'm just trying to figure out why the number's so low. But those are the two teams.
Both those numbers are going to change.
85% of the wagers made are on those two teams to win and cover the spread in Week 1. And with that, we bring you First in Football.
First down, first in football, we have, gentlemen, the head coach of a team we just spoke about, Bill Belichick, head coach of the Patriots, doesn't always heap praise upon Mac Jones, but as we enter the season, he had some nice things to say.
What's crazy about that from Belichick, in my opinion, is that he refused to name him his starting quarterback the entire summer, right? I don't know who it's going to be, it's a competition, Bailey's happy, blah, 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 blah. And now all of a sudden, I think it dawned on Bill Belichick, hey guys, give me the depth chart. No, I want all the, it's only one.
It's only one.
So now he's reverted to beat down, build back up, which is a Belichick and a Bill Parcells type of move.
Yeah, I think Mac Jones is going to go back to basics. We're going to get the Mac Jones that we saw when he left Alabama, won a national championship, came into his first year, was a Pro Bowler, was absolutely amazing. Now, last year, he was atrocious. I think it was just so much discord. Now that he has Bill O'Brien, they're on the same page. Belichick, they're going back to basics. It's going to be dink and dunk football, a heavy load of Zeke Elliott, Rondé Stevenson, and they're going to rely on his defense to win them a lot of games. I don't see a lot of Mac Jones being a world beater.
Yep.
He's going to manage a lot of games that let this defense win the game.
You're going to see a lot of games in the teens, score-wise, too. They're going to play a lot of close games because the defense is going to be pretty good.
Bill O'Brien will make a difference as well. All right, moving on to the Panthers.
Look, they open up against the Falcons. That's actually a winnable game because we don't know about the Falcons' offense just yet. To be fair, it's a major question mark. And listen, I'm always a player guy when it comes to money because you guys have been screwed for a very, very long time when it comes to money and guaranteed money. But he is a vital piece of that Panther defense. And if we all agree that the offense is going to struggle, because you have a young quarterback who's just going to struggle because that's what young quarterbacks do, and they're not going to score a lot of points, you better have this kid on the field because if he ain't on the field, you don't have a lot of guys that you can name right now that are going to make that defense plausible.
Yeah, and to your point, listen, he's not, being on a bad team, he's not complaining, get me out of the building. He's not saying none of that. He goes, listen, I'm down for the Carolina Panthers. I just want to be rewarded. I've been consistent. I've been the leader. Now it's time to pay up.
And you should know that he is in the fifth-year option of his original rookie contract, and he's making about $16 million, which is great. And he's not complaining about the first contract or the fact that they picked up the fifth-year option and say, hey, I don't want to play a season lame duck. Because I know guys get hurt. I might get hurt. And while $16 million is obviously a great amount of money for a linebacker to make in the NFL, I'm your best defensive player. You got to pay me.
And there you go. He's their best player right now. When you look at what they don't have in the rookie that they're starting at quarterback, they're going to be relying a lot on him in that defense to get stops, to get pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. And if he's not out there, which we talked about Chris Jones holding in, this is why it makes it hard because your teammates see you in the building. You feel a pull from them naturally to go out there and help and assist. But the business side of things always come to the forefront when you're trying to make a couple extra dollars.
And it raises the question, is it better to hold out or to hold in? We'll see how this one plays out. We have some news from Jacksonville. We have Christian Kirk, a wide receiver who was there last year and this year, and talks about the difference in expectations between the two seasons.
There were expectations on Trevor Lawrence to make the steps from year 1 to year 2. Christian Kirk had a great year with 84 catches, 1,100 yards, almost had 10 touchdowns. And now you add Calvin Ridley, obviously, to that offense. He is right. Because of that great second half and winning a playoff game, similar to the Giants, actually, you now raise the bar. You can't go backwards, meaning this team has to win their division this year. They have to host a playoff game again, win a playoff game again, and go beyond that. but I think there are fair expectations that this is going to be a very good offensive team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team that lost to KC by a touchdown, right? You mentioned Calvin Ridley, Zay Jones, now Christian Kirk. There is an expectation because now it's time to put up points in high value, led by Trevor Lawrence. This defense is on par. So, yeah, the expectation is, hey, we're used to the toxic or maybe subpar Jaguars. Now that we got an all-world quarterback, now it's time to win some games and go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, they also benefit from the fact that they're in a lousy division, in my opinion.
That's what I was thinking. I expect the rest of the division to be bad. That's my expectations for the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're going to win that division?
I guess.
Someone has to.
Do you even get a prize for that?
You have the best quarterback in that division. You have, like, to your point, like Trevor Lawrence made a step. We all saw it. We witnessed it. Now, in my opinion, looking at the guy that was talking on the screen, Christian Kirk, he moves to a better position that suits their offense, which is the number 2 guy, which is where he's going to thrive because Calvin Ridley's going to be their number 1 guy. So all things are trending in the right direction. It's a matter of now you have to match that with wins.
Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.